Hey cats, it's your midsole man Eddbud here. You can't escape it. Running shoes are getting more and more expensive every year. And I don't just mean with the introduction of like tariffs and also taking into account inflation. Brands keep pushing the boundaries as to how much they think people are prepared to pay for a pair of shoes. It does so appear that Adidas, in the UK at least, have hit a wall that people are simply not prepared to break through to improve their performance. That Adizero PRO EVO 1 model currently sat on sportshoes.com website for the whopping 450 quid here in the UK. So that's almost like 3 pairs of Zoomfly 6s, 2 pairs of Farstar Nitro Elite 3s. I mean, how many pizzas can you buy for that? Almost all sizes available on that technological terror. I mean, everybody wants to run fast, right? But with these, people just don't seem that bothered. Let's discuss. Thanks for joining me on the channel, people. Always appreciated. Hit that subscribe button. Also, give this video a thumbs up like too, and drop us a comment with your views on today's subject. There's loads of value-orientated running shoes out there right now. Adidas themselves have made some crackers, in fact, over the past few years. When you're talking models that just get better and better the more you use them, well, you can't look past the EVO SL. I picked this one up a while ago for 130 quid here in the UK. I mean, you could buy 3 pairs of this over the PRO EVO 1 and kit yourself out in some running gear as well. Most runners out there prefer a more durable option. They're just a little bit more enticing, I suppose, when you consider the current economic climate. People don't have savings, they're struggling to afford to pay their mortgages. As such, not many people are prepared to spam out 450 notes on a pair of shoes. Yes, it might be a super light, fantastic performance model, but all you got to do is step on a thorn, a piece of glass or a nail. Is it worth it to run that bit faster? It's just not economical. So have Adidas like dropped the ball by making such a great shoe at such a reasonable price? I mean, this is light enough for some faster running. I mean, you could race in it. Why not? It's soft enough for most people with that older Light Strike Pro formula, durable for most training sessions and daily use, and 130 quid. It's quite the value, more budget orientated shoe. Half the price of the supposed super efficient Fast R3 from Puma. I was a bit hard on this shoe to begin with, and I think the midsole was perhaps a little bit hard on me as well, but after a while it does start to soften up and it really starts to become something quite special. Gonna stand the test of time, and you're seeing people racking up 300 or 400 miles in these without too much of an issue. I've never had the pleasure of sliding my foot into the PRO EVO 1. In fairness, I've never been sent any shoes from Adidas to review, nor will I ever, probably after this video. But something seems a little bit off about this PRO EVO 1 model. We've even got the shoe available on Adidas's own app, almost all sizes, which maybe isn't a surprise after they recently announced, albeit for a brief time, the follow-up PRO EVO 2. That's just got more stack in the forefoot and a slightly amended outsole. I mean, if you're going after the top racing elite shoe, the most expensive model out there, you've got to give people a reason to pay the big bucks. To release a top-notch, universally acclaimed daily option and then release another shoe that's 450 quid, albeit with a little bit more foam, just seems a quite bizarre move. The ADIOS Pro 4 is such a great shoe at half the price. Are people shunning the PRO EVO 1 due to how great the ADIOS Pro 4 is? Now, I understand the PRO EVO 1's very, very light. I think that's part of the reason why it's so efficient. Slightly different foam that's got a bit more energy return and just generally less materials around the foot. It's always going to be that bit quicker. I mean, you don't need a calculator to figure that one out. So why even bother to offer it to the public at this stage? Are they literally just making a very limited run of these available just to fulfill the rules? They've been sat on various retailers' websites for ages now. Will they even be forced to discount the shoe to get rid of them eventually, with runners knowing that that PRO EVO 2 has a little bit more foam in the forefoot, bit less liquid rubber on the outsole just to sort of balance things out in terms of weight. I mean, if you're a runner that's picked up like the Pro Evo 1 or 2 and, you know, I'm completely wrong and it's absolutely incredible, let me know your take on how great the shoe is. I mean, is it worth double the price of the ADIOS Pro 4? Perhaps you regret your purchase and you wish you'd saved your money. The other issue with shoes like this is, where do we go in the future? You know, Puma have cut out as much of the excess foam from the midsole of the Fast R Nitro Elite 3 as they can, lowering the weight to a certain point where it becomes sort of optimal, bringing the shoe in about 260 quid here in the UK, and that's despite the development costs that Adidas suggest they've had to shell out to get to the Pro Evo 1 and 2. I mean, do you buy the reasons? You know, it takes loads of time to develop, loads of testing, like prototypes. I mean, a shoe's a shoe, it's still the same ethos really of upper, midsole and outsole. Can it really take that much to develop that you're having to charge, you know, £450 for a pair? Is it that bit better than some of the other super shoes? Or is it just less shoe, less weight, less materials, which is making it slightly faster? I've tested out hundreds of shoes on the channel. Some are great, some are absolute dogs. But the feeling of running untethered at pace, well, that's worth quite a lot to me. Though at this point, I just can't justify it on one pair. I mean, times that by 6 and you're in like Gibson guitar territory, and that's going to last a hell of a lot longer in a pair of running shoes made out of packing foam. Just saying, it's a thing you can buy and love like for the whole of your life, whereas we all know what happens to running shoe foam. After a certain amount of time, it just starts to disintegrate. And that ain't going to happen to a guitar. What's your take on this, everybody? Am I just getting old and grumpy? Am I missing the point here? Or am I talking a load of sense? With the EVO SL like readily available, I think they've got a winner on their hands here, and that will help to pay for some of the development costs on that Pro Evo 1. Very quick musical interlude for you. Today comes from Orange Juice. I'm on a big sort of Edwyn Collins tip at the moment. Fantastic track, to put it in a nutshell. Fantastic track, this one. Really great guitar work. Very simple but wonderful vocal delivery from Edwyn. Full of emotion, full of sincerity. I love Edwyn Collins' vocal delivery. It just sounds like him. There's nobody else that's quite like it. Beautiful atmosphere of the 1980s here as well, before we had plugins and computers and all that jazz. Nice pared down delivery and a really wonderful, beautiful song. Go and check this one out, people. In a Nutshell by Orange Juice. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's discussion. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, like, and drop us a comment for that YouTube algorithm. My name's Eddbud, and I'll be seeing you